So you take him on further into the ring while you've got space. Okay. Don't rush, Joe. Clever as you come in. Hands in position, Josh. Ready to block. That's it. That's better. That's nice now. Nice.
This year on Netflix.
Thank you for having me. Well, you gotta give credit to Jake and his team. They reached out to me, to be fair. And it was a great opportunity for me. So it's an opportunity for me to fight. I wanted to take 12 months out of the game. And I'd done that. And then it was time to get back to work. So I was planning on fighting anyway. And actually I would have been fighting this weekend.
The best heavyweights ever. But I believe that fighting a smaller man is oftentimes harder as a heavyweight because of the speed difference and because of the foot speed, because of the angles, because of the head being off the center. And so all of that power is great and he's knocked people out. I just have to avoid that one shot.
Never be. Foreseen clips claim to reveal Anthony Joshua moving rounds with Jake Paul. And the energy inside that room feels almost unreal. The footage is gritty, close, humid with effort. It is the kind of raw exchange boxing lovers crave, two well-known names meeting without lights, slogans, or staged hype. No cameras rehearsed, no speeches. Just two bodies trading timing, power, and pride.
A little bit of pressure. Let's push forward. Defend, counter. I'm with it. One shot or two, jump on season, stay on your back foot.
Right away.
To the moment the scene begins, the atmosphere grabs your attention. Joshua steps forward with that massive physical command he naturally carries. Broad shoulders, towering height, and presence that fills the lens like a war machine trained to glide with precision. Jake moves in with quicker rhythm, lighter on every step, carrying the twitchy agility he built facing faster, smaller fighters. The contrast feels like a movie frame, one shaped like a fortress, the other coiled like spring steel. Their opening touches sound respectful, but charged. Jake releases a testing jab.
On your back foot, just stay there. Get used to that pressure, Josh. That's it, that's nice. Stay on your back foot though, don't go shaking on it. Okay, change over. You're on your back foot now, Joe. Let him go. Calm. Lock up your throat, counter.
Joshua replies with a calm. It's a deliberate right hand that looks capable of smashing through metal. Then the session shifts gears. A coach calls out technical cues. Suddenly it's clear this isn't a brawl. It's structured chess with leather gloves. You hear the punches separate from the air. Each thud vibrates through the screen. Joshua drives a heavy body shot that forces Jake to bend forward. The camera quickly cutting as a trainer mutes the moment before Jake rises with a smirk that says he expected it. Later, Jake fires a sharp left hook that clips Joshua's temple, not enough to topple him, but enough to earn a quick reset and a nod of acknowledgement. They show mutual respect in subtle ways. Tapping gloves between rounds and circling each other like two calculated predators. Judging distance, the wider angle reveals things highlight reels never show. The burned lungs. The sharp inhale after a fast combination. Joshua's corner urging details. Chin lower, shoulder high, angle out. Jake's team fires off rapid combinations with their mitts, trying to push rhythm and urgency. Coaches see differently from fans. They study habits, tiny lapses. They notice who leaves a lane unprotected after a jab, who drops a hand during retreat, who breathes shallow when fatigue builds. These tiny patterns can turn into openings on fight night. That's the terrifying truth. What seems entertaining to viewers can be a blueprint for danger in the ring. After all, size matters. And for Jake Paul, facing Anthony Joshua is stepping toward real risk. This odd matchup appeared after Netflix scrapped Paul versus Davis on November 14th due to safety concerns. The Georgia Commission refused sanctioning because the size gap between Paul and lightweight champion Gervonta Davis was simply unsafe. With Davis removed, Jake found himself staring at a far larger mountain. Joshua, how big is big? Paul is 6'1" and fits naturally in the cruiserweight range, capped at 200 pounds. His recent wins show it clearly. Joshua, on the other hand, stands 6'6", and has dominated the heavyweight class for nearly 10 years. His last 3 outings saw him weighing around 251 to 252 pounds, with an 82-inch reach. Even if he trims to 245 pounds for this match, Jake will still be walking into a massive physical disadvantage. Jake addressed critics on his own channel, saying people demanded he fight a real boxer, someone his size, a world champion. They asked him to go bigger, so he went twice as big, joking that Joshua is literally double the size of Davis. Jake understands exactly how dangerous this is. This is the most serious opponent he has ever agreed to face. After compiling a record mostly built on aging MMA veterans and solid but limited journeymen, he now must confront a true heavyweight with absurd knockout power, Jake admitted. While Joshua was winning Olympic gold medals, he was making comedy videos in high school. Joshua's resume is filled with stoppages that ended in moments. Jake even confessed he's scared, but he still accepted the contract. Even his own family struggled to believe he would take this fight. Still, Jake insists he will shock everyone. He declared that on December 19th, live on Netflix. He plans to knock out and embarrass Anthony Joshua, the biggest battle of his entire career. Walking straight into the lion's cage, odds makers are not buying Jake's confidence. FanDuel lists Joshua as an overwhelming favorite at -1,200. For the first time ever, Jake enters as a clear underdog, something he hasn't experienced. Not even in his loss against Tommy Fury, Joshua is given a towering 93% implied chance of victory, meaning someone must risk $1,200 to earn $100. Joshua's no stranger to high-profile crossover moments. In 2024, he crushed former UFC champion Francis Ngannou in the second round. But since his September 2024 defeat to Daniel Dubois, Joshua has stayed out of active competition. Daniel Cormier, former double champion in the UFC, reacted with genuine shock and respect for Jake's courage. He noted there were no special rules protecting either man. This bout will affect both of their professional records. Jake has a strong chance of being knocked out, yet also a tiny chance of turning the world upside down, Cormier. Speaking to Logan Paul on a November 19th video, initially assumed Joshua would have restrictions. Logan corrected him. There were none. Cormier warned MMA fans not to underestimate Jake. He emphasized Jake's 5 years of dedicated boxing work, high-level coaching, and real improvement. When Logan reminded him that the opponent is Anthony Joshua, Cormier admitted it's a terrible matchup for Jake, but also highlighted that Ngannou lacked Jake's specific boxing preparation. If Jake gets hurt, Cormier believes he at least knows how to protect himself, how to clinch, how to survive the danger. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua is a collision nobody expected, and the kind the internet lives for.
Fuck, it's real.
There's got to be some rules in place for Anthony not to.
Dude, I don't think there's rules.
Come on. I keep telling people this, right? And this is where people fucking up, especially these MMA dudes. I keep saying, stop treating Jake like he's not a boxer.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years now of pure boxing with great coaches and great training partners.
Yeah.
He's gotten a lot better.
He's got a lot better.
He can fight, man.
Yeah, but what about Anthony Joshua?
That's bad, bro. Hey, Laura was like,
You said that like that.
yeah, bro, like Francis. Like Francis went and fought him.
Oh, I said, Jake, I said, did you see what he did to Francis? He's like, Francis is light work too.
Here's also, oh my God. Yeah, he is kind of crazy. Francis wasn't training boxing at the level.
Short, yeah, we get it. Yeah.
Because I would imagine if Jake gets hurt, he knows how to hold like a boxer. Because in boxing, you know, you got to go clinch when you get hurt. Francis was kind of like just standing there. Listen to me right here. Let me tell you this. He fights Anthony Joshua with no parameters in place. Y'all better give Jake Paul his credit.
Yeah, yeah.
I will, because that's fucking, it's brilliant.